Okay, so we are back one more time to continue where we left off last time. We just finished our first major battle and collected our loot, and now we're going to see if we can't upgrade this bad boy here. So, didn't get any new head parts, and can't yet use the Gundam bike because we're a step short. Can't use the backpack part either, still a step short on that. We did get a new set of legs, which I'm going to use. Still using the same shield. Got a new rifle, which I'm going to switch out to. And I'm going to switch out to a different saber on this one. Yeah, go long range. Okay, so we have officially done some minor upgrades to this gunplay. We'll quickly paint the legs since we're almost always using the same color scheme. And once we get that taken care of, we'll go ahead and go out to the next mission and see if we can't wrangle up some more parts and raise our OS level to the point where we can actually go ahead and use some of those awesome Gundam parts we picked up. What kind of irritates me more than anything about this game is simply the amount of time that's spent, building and upgrading the units. I mean, it's a great part of the game. It's one of the things that makes it a lot of fun. But I feel that they could have streamlined the interface a little bit for that purpose. Still, when it comes down to the customization, I don't think I've seen a game anywhere close to as deeply customizable as this is. So, there's that. Alright, so now we get to 5, which is a real true fight. And it's in one of the more unusual arenas. And this is where the game takes a little bit of a detour into Silly Town. Not that I mind at all, actually. It's one of the things I love about this game. But, some of the levels are, outer space or forested battlegrounds or caverns or what have you. And then there's roulette table. Or one of the weirder ones I've seen, actually, is like a workshop for the gunplay models where people build and paint them. And there's a whole battlefield built out of the workshop, itself, out of the boxes for the models, which I thought was hilarious. So, here we go. First mission, first level. Ooh, this new laser rifle packs a bit of a punch. Now this is a pretty straightforward mission. In most cases, these kind of missions are all about just surviving and beating anything that gets in your path. But as one would imagine, with each level they get more difficult. Well, this case it's literal. These guys can really lay the pain on you. So if you haven't upgraded or if you're still using that low level GM, they're going to take you to task. On the other hand, if you have upgraded, you can usually hold your own pretty well. You have to be aware of the fact that these guys are still going to be able to hurt you. Ooh, or you can bisect them like that dude. 10 grand times 2. Now these levels, I don't know if it's just the nature of the levels themselves, but a lot of these levels seem to give you some really good parts. Alright, so we're recharged. Ooh! Some big company. It's alright, I can hold my own. And no, I have no quarrels about shooting someone when they're down. In fact, in some of the later levels, there's no other way to win, really. You'll be facing really powerful opponents who will really hurt you. So if you get the chance to knock them down and go for the jugular, as it were, you take it. There we go. Now you'll notice I tend to have a hard and fast attack plan. I go in and I just start wrecking everything. There's a reason for that. Early on, you want to try and get through the missions fast and quick because you want to collect the loot and really start building up your forces, because later on, when the enemies start getting much tougher, that's when you'll have the requirement to slow down and be careful about your fighting style. For now, it's all about just going in and tearing through everything in your path. Oh, and he just took my head off. Oh, and he just took my shield off. Ah. Alright, so I've lost my shield, which means I gotta be extra careful now. Now you notice some of these guys have guns, some of these guys have machine guns, some of these guys have laser guns, and all kinds of different stuff. And as the game goes on, the variety just becomes more and more and more awesome. It's like I saw in one particular level I watched play, there was actually a battle where one of the characters had a full set of, Strike Gundam armor, but was carrying like a machine gun. And when you think you had him, all of a sudden he charges through you, turns around, and just starts blasting the machine gun in your face. It shows you that the game gets more difficult by increasing the variety and difficulty of your enemies, not by being cheap or by making them unnecessarily difficult. They simply increase the difficulty gradually to give you more and more of a challenge as you go along, so that you will be up to the challenge. You just got to practice for it. Now, these guys, I recognize the armor, but I don't recognize what model they are. They're a Zaku variant, but I don't remember where I saw them. I remember seeing the Zaku variant, but they're not the Char Zaku. They're like a different model of the Zaku. While he's stunned, I run in and start taking parts away. There we go. Wiped all of them out. Now, you've probably noticed that whenever I get the point totals, I always go into that heroic finish mode. And for a while, you're going to want to keep the heroic finish around, just because it makes certain levels much easier to get the high level clearage on, as it were. You can get the normal clear rating without much difficulty having the heroic finish. However, there are certain missions where you'll want to have at least 2 offensive abilities to give yourself a bit of an edge in combat. And especially if you get like certain parts or certain weapon combinations, having multiple offensive abilities is actually really handy. This is especially true if you're fighting off a particular set of bosses or fighting off a large group of enemies. Being able to, use those special abilities to thin the ranks quickly can give you a major boost in a pitched fight that you might otherwise lose. See? I just got jumped by these 3 guys, but I use that system and it immediately turns the tide for me. So these guys are basically playing as like mini bosses here. They're tougher than the mooks, but they're not full boss level yet. And proper practice can take them down, but you gotta be careful. I remember the first time I played through this game, this level gave me all kinds of difficulty. Now I can play through it without much trouble, simply because I'm familiar with how the game plays. Oh! You triple teaming... That's it.
Defensive systems critical.
I need to take at least one of them down. There we go. Now it's just me and you 2, and I can take you 2 down. I can finish off you and be done with it. That's right, I'm the man. Enemy ace detected. Ace units are more powerful units, but they are more powerful in the fact that they're higher level and using better parts than you are. They don't always have the full power of that particular model, but they'll usually give you a good run for your money. See, like that. Now if he were at full power, he could use all of the guns on his wings and just instantaneously murder me, but at this level he's not. And I actually know that model. I wish I had it. Ooh. Come on, drop your... Oh, he's lost sight of me. The game does actually have it so that if you take their head or other body parts, they react according to that reaction. So without his head, he lost targeting on me, and I was able to bushwhack him from behind. On the other hand, if you are using a unit and take an arm off, or take a leg, or take the legs off, they'll be either disarmed or crippled, and you can try to finish them off quickly. So there is that. So on to the next level. Did I normal clear it? Oh yeah, I normal cleared that like a MFer. And I'm level 4 armor now, or level 4 OS, I should say. Now we got new weapons. I'll take that. Take you. 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 Ooh, dual sabers. Probably the knives, but that's okay. Alright, so these are... Yeah, see, I'm not so sure about the ones I'm seeing here, but I'll take one of you and sell the rest. Alright, done. Alright, so we're going back to the base, and I think I'm going to stop it here, actually, because at this point I think we've collected enough parts to really get a good start. And I'll probably have some work to do on these videos to get it all chopped up and properly in order, but in any case, we should be good to go here. Again, I'm going to keep going with this and show you as much of this game as I can make it through in a reasonable time period. But I hope you're enjoying this reveal about this very rare, very unique game that, while only released in Japan, is fully compatible with the US PS3, so long as you're willing to put up with the Japanese text. And I would recommend that if you're a fan of the Gundam series, definitely check it out. It's well worth your time and effort. Again, my name is Matt. Call me the Mega Matt Cat, like I've said. Again, this is the Mega Matt Cat, also known as the Solo Gamer. And next time, more Gundam slaughter.